Peace, wholeness, love, and light to the tribe, okay? I hope everyone out there is doing well. I am New Diamonds, and wow, you are a lighthouse, right? I don't think you realize how bright you're shining, right? Your light is blinding, right? You've been grinding and everything is happening in divine timing right now, okay? I've been constantly getting this message that you are a lighthouse. You are a lighthouse. You are a lighthouse. You are a guiding light for others that are in the dark, right? You have made it through. Your foundation is set. You are secure in who you are. You are confident and you are a beacon light, right? Your light is pulling in and attracting things on such a high vibrational level that maybe you aren't even aware of your energy or your aura or this beautiful light, this beacon call of light that you are sending out, right? And it started from you doing this internal work, right? Pouring into yourself, doing that shadow work, right? Sitting in the dark with yourself, right? And getting down to the root and uprooting things, right? And now that you are centered, you are one, you feel more whole, you feel more complete, you feel one with yourself. You are able to radiate this beautiful glow, right? I'm also getting this sense of being like nocturnal. So you have to sit in that darkness within yourself, that shadow self, right? Checking that ego, getting down to the root of that trauma, right? So you stop flashing, stop going bad, stop feeling this sense of depressed, right? It's all of these things that you have to get to the root of that you got to the bottom, and stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being victim, right? Why am I playing victim? Because I never got attention. Well, why didn't I get attention? Because my parents never showed me attention. I didn't have my parents around, right? And it's like, wow, like I'm getting trigger warning, right? Sorry, you guys, trigger warning, but this is getting down to the root of who I am and how did I get here, right? And once you get down to that solid foundation, the root, and you release all of that trauma, get in tune with the trauma, get in tune with the triggers, get in tune with who you truly are. This is who I am, right? This is what makes me. These are things that molded me, and I'm no longer ashamed of these things, right? I am one. I have merged with that shadow. I am one with my light. I am one with my shadow. Then you ascend, you go up higher, and you are able to speak your truth without this sense of being ashamed, without this sense of not wanting to be your authentic self, right? You feel like you can be your authentic self unapologetically. I can never say that word. But it's this beautiful growth, this beautiful maturity, this beautiful evolution that is happening within you due to you doing this internal work. And you are now a beacon of light. You are now this lighthouse, okay? And that looks different for everyone. I'm seeing just things coming in, right? Things being attracted to you, right? Due to you being your authentic self, shining your light. You're shining brighter than ever before. Your glow, your internal glow is beautiful, right? People can see that glow. It's this divine glow, this divine light, this divine essence that resides from within from you doing the internal work, right? And continue to speak your truth, continue to be yourself, because you never know who's watching, you never know who is listening, you never know who you're inspiring, who you're motivating, who you're uplifting, right? And this is a time where your light is needed the most, where your voice is needed the most, where you're needed the most, right? Spiritual warrior, light worker, all right? And continue to just push through, continue to shine, right? And there is the sense of just, I keep seeing like this lighthouse, and there is something coming in, right? And that makes me think of lighthouses physically as well, because what is a lighthouse? A light is something that helps guide in boats, guide in lost things, right? So you could be helping other people who haven't quite figured out a certain thing, right? And you're helping guide them, right? Some people aren't quite as spiritually developed as you, and you're giving them a guiding light, right? A sense of guidance, a sense of divine guidance from the divine wisdom that you have gained. And it's very enlightening, right? It's very beautiful to watch, right? So just continue to shine, continue to grow, continue to glow, continue to speak your truth. Because it's getting the sense of like you're more radiant than ever, and your light is much needed at this time. And you may get constant confirmation of this from the divine, from spirit, that you are a lighthouse, right? And there's going to be certain things, certain opportunities that come in for you as well, because I'm thinking of a ship, right? A ship normally comes into a lighthouse, right? Especially when there's fog, right? So this could be a sense of after you push through a lot of mental fog, a lot of confusion, a lot of psyop, a lot of, you know, trauma, a lot of toxic energy, the space is clear, right? And also from you doing that internal work, you're able to help others who are on the same path as you, right? This is helping bring in other people's boats, ships, cargo, precious cargo, right? We are the precious cargo, right? Soul Tribe, shout out to Soul Tribe. We are that precious cargo that we're waiting to come in. We're waiting to come into ourselves, right? We're waiting to embrace impact of ourselves, right? And when I say that, I mean just fully embodying our true power and our true essence without a worry of a doubt of, am I doing this right? It's like, no, I know I am here for a reason, and I am walking in that light. I'm walking in my purpose. This is what the divine has me on. This is the mission the divine has me on, and I'm going to continue to be a vessel, right? So you are a literal vessel of light, a divine being, a pure channel of light, and you had to push through a lot. My ears are ringing. Very high pitch. So by you being this beacon of light, you don't even know that you are ascending and you're going up higher. I'm getting a sense of this angelic realm because I'm hearing like angel chimes. It's like an angelic frequency, a higher timeline where lower vibrational energy does not reside. It cannot reside. It cannot thrive, right? Your vibes are too high for you to come down. They have to try to pull you down, but they can't. So they just sit there and admire you, right? As you continue to ascend and go up higher and be one with the divine, you so high up, they can't see you, okay? Also this sense of attunement, right? So you may have been going through some type of spiritual training, some type of spiritual development. This normally looks like tests, setbacks, tripping but not falling, a lot of low vibrational things trying to pull on your energy, and you don't let it, right? So this is all about mind over matter, and realizing that you are a spiritual being in a physical vessel on a physical plane here to manifest spiritual things, right? I'm getting the sense of like you're a spiritual warrior, and you have to continue to reside in that confidence no matter what obstacles get thrown your way, right? Like I said, you have to be the lighthouse. Your foundation has to be strong. So recently, your foundation may have been tested spiritually, physically, emotionally, sexually, in all ways, on all levels, and you still stood strong, right? The waves crashing in, right? A storm coming in on this lighthouse, right? It may have tried to dim your light, things may have tried to dim your light, but you just shine brighter, right? And not only are you this beacon light, you're able to shift and shape into different colors, right? So continue to be that multifaceted you, that multifaceted self. That's what makes you who you are. That's what people love about you the most, is that quirkiness, right? That happiness, that spunky, that feisty, that I'm standing up for what I believe in, no matter what. I'm standing up for what I know, right? I'm talking my ish, right? Because I've done the work and I'm a scholar, right? Or I've gone to school for this, right? Whatever you've been studying, whatever knowledge you have acquired, you're turning that into wisdom. It has turned into wisdom, and now it is understanding, right? So now you're able to set yourself free and be free and open to the culture, to help the culture, right? Due to that refinement, due to that attunement, so you can get in balance with yourself, so you can be one with the Most High and tap into this power, right? To be born again, right? And to do it all over again, the cipher, right? That's all about supreme mathematics and numerology, right? Is being one with yourself, right? And the more you know thyself, the more you get in tune with who you truly are, then you are able to shine that light, right? And we all know that light attracts things to it, right? It attracts moths, it attracts other lights, right? But also, some people are blinded by that light, right? If someone is, I'm getting a sense that someone is too close to the light and they don't have a light of their own, sometimes they may be blinded by the light. So you may have been misunderstood, right? But we're going from that black sheep to the golden one, right? The chosen one, the enlightened one, right? It's no more doom and gloom, right? We have elevated and we have ascended, and we are shedding our light to people who are on the same path as us, right? People who are coming into themselves, and just a sense of resonance, right? I'm getting the sense of you resonating with people on the same frequency as you. And this is helping you guys elevate higher, a sense of like that 5D, new earth, heaven on earth energy. And it's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing to be of the light, right? But that comes from sitting in the dark, right? Because a lighthouse is something that is in the dark, but able to see, right? So yeah, just keep shining a light, because you are a lighthouse. You are shining brighter than ever, and your energy is needed more than ever at this time. You are needed more than ever at this time, right? No matter if, even if it's just you giving a little compliment to someone on the street. Ooh, I like your hair. Ooh, I like that jacket. Ooh, I like your car. You know, that ray of light is infectious, right? Kind of like a smile, right? They say smiles are contagious, and kind of like a yawn, right? If I yawn, you yawn. But what is yawning? That is sending oxygen up to the brain, and we always need oxygen going to the brain, right? If you don't have oxygen, then that's it, right? So you lose consciousness if you don't have oxygen, and that's what we are. We are walking vessels of this light and consciousness, and it's a divine thing. It's a divine vibration. It's a, being one with the Most High, being one with Source, being one with the universe, being one with Earth, and just being, right? Sometimes we just forget just to be, right? Because we're so caught up in doing, right? But Spirit just wants us to be ourselves, and things will fall into place for us, right? We don't have to force the puzzle pieces to fit. We already have all the pieces together. Let them fall into place in divine timing, right? Because if it isn't broke, why fix it? So this is all about trusting in the divine, trusting in your path, and knowing that you are headed on the right path no matter what that looks like. And you are most definitely shining brighter than ever. shining brighter than ever before. And you are guiding others in to you. And you are getting on this higher attunement, this higher frequency, and it's gonna pull things into you like a current, right? Currency, right? Currency, right? Some people are currently at sea. Some people are lost at sea, but you are the currency. You currently see things with that first eye, with that spiritual eye, and you're able to bring things in. You're able to make things come together full circle for a bigger picture, right? So don't be afraid of your power. You are divinely protected at all times. You are divinely guided at all times. And we are walking on this path, this different road. And it may be dark at times, but remember to go internal and shine your light, right? Because you go internal and then it's like nocturnal. You could see in the dark because you've done the work. So you're able to see certain things in others because they are reflections, right? Mirrors, right? And it's not for us to judge, right? That's not our job. That's the Most High's job. But it's for us to observe and take what we can learn from each person, each experience, as we are here to grow and elevate and evolve, right? And the more we transmute this energy, the more we transform into who we truly are. And that is gods, goddesses, empresses, emperors, right? Divine light beings, right? So, yeah, I just kind of I've been getting this energy of this lighthouse, this lighthouse, this lighthouse, right? But like I said, it's not always love and light and peace and rainbows and butterflies and I'm one with the earth. It takes you have to be in the dark with yourself to even understand that light vibration, right? And that comes from doing the internal work. That comes from accountability. That comes from looking at yourself. That comes from shadow work. So shout out to everybody who is detoxing and getting in tune with their shadow, getting in tune with their ego, because it's not always about casting out the ego. I need my ego. I can't stress this enough, right? People say, oh, I killed my ego. Ego death, that's good. But when your ego revived, because the ego never dies, you don't want it to be. And the ego has levels to it, right? It's a spiritual ego, right? It's the ego like, oh, I'm high, I'm mighty, right? I am that God, I am that goddess, right? Right? I am that God, I am that goddess. It's different levels. I am God. That's your ego, okay? Hold on, wait a minute. You know, you have to check the ego in a polite way because the ego is fragile as well, right? That's somebody coming in and challenging you, right? Oh, you ain't this. What? You know how much I've done? You know how, right? The ego, right? The shadow is coming out, right? Somebody step on your toe, depending on how far you have come, right? You could flash, you could let it go, or you could check them about it respectfully, right? Sorry, not sorry. Right? But that comes from what? That comes from growth on this journey. That's come from knowing yourself. That comes from getting in tune with yourself, right? We're not the same person we was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Ain't it a blessing? Ain't it a blessing how much you have grown, right? You didn't think you could be here. You didn't think you was going to make it through those past things that you made through, but you made it through, right? That pressure made you a diamond and you're shining brighter than ever, right? So continue on this beautiful journey of enlightenment, right? You are the light, right? And when I say light, light in spirit as well, right? Not only are you a lighthouse, right? Shining bright, shining for others, glowing, growing, mature, elevating, have wisdom, right? And we're not perfect either. I'm not saying in the sense of this guru, oh, I'm perfect, oh, I'm better than everyone. No, right? I am still a human, right? I'm still in this physical vessel. Yeah, I don't have all the knowledge. I don't know everything. A wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. I'm open to it all, right? But I know I am divinely guided and divinely protected. That's one thing I do know, right? And by you having that sense of surrendering to the Most High, it gives you this sense of lightness, right? Because when I say light, It could be the light spectrum, the light prism, right? White light, black light, ultraviolet light, red light, right? This spiritual attunement, right? Or this sense of light and mass, light and weight energy. I am light, right? I am lifted. I am levitated. I am up so high. I'm ascending so high that nothing can pull me down. And I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting my energy. I'm protecting my crown, protecting my heart, right? I have boundaries, right? Because you got to know when to let them walls down sometimes, right? You don't ever want to block your blessings by protecting yourself so much, right? But also being open. That's where the gift of discernment comes in. That's where all of the spiritual training we've been doing comes in, right? To know that you are a light, to know that you are one with the divine, and you are ascending up to this higher timeline from you doing this internal work, right? This sense of freedom, this sense of bliss, this sense of oneness, wholeness with the universe, with the community, with the collective, right? And as soon as you get on this, it's like love vibration. That's when you're attracting the most, right? Like that light, like that moth to the flame, right? Your internal light is being lit. That internal spark is lit. And this is the point where we start to attract everything that we've been working hard on, planting seeds on, guided to, spiritually, just like, I can't shake this feeling. I need to do this, right? Even if you so tired, you wake up at 3 a.m. It's like, I got to do this. I got to draw. I got to write. I got to rap. I got to dance. I got to work out. I got to prophesy. I got to speak my truth. I got to heal. I got to, whatever advice it is that you have, continue to do it, right? That is a sense of the divine creator creating through you when you are being creative, right? So yeah, that is just my message for the collective today, is that you are a lighthouse. Continue to shine bright. You're shining brighter than ever. All right. Some people may be blinded by the light. Don't worry about outside energy. Don't worry about other people's opinions. Continue to shine. Do not dim your light for no one, right? Because you are going to blossom and turn into this, like, I'm getting a superstar, right? Your light is shining so bright that is going to be seen all over the world. It's going to be seen from far distances. So continue to do what you're doing. It is your divine birthright to shine, no matter what that looks like. And hold your head up. No matter what you're going through it for a reason. All right? I love y'all so much. That is my message. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.